south. I believe that you'd very soon lose appreciation for the good times when there are no bad times present. It's like the yin and the yang, you can't have the good without the bad. So what I do is, as hard as it is sometimes, try to look at the negative in a positive light. Try to say, what can I learn from this? What lesson is hidden in the silver lining of this terrible time that I'm going through? And from there, once again, apply what you have learned. Identify different triggers, things that upset you, things that are not ideal, and apply that moving forward. One thing I do know is that you are not alone. Believe me. There's a word, I believe it's Japanese, called sonder, and this word is used to describe the realization that each and every passerby lives a life that's just as vivid and complex as your own. And that's important to realize, is that every random person, every NPC in the simulation that passes by, they have hopes, they have dreams, they have stress, anxiety. Everyone has problems with the people that they love. And that's just a part of life. And I promise you, you are going to be okay. We're all going through it together. Just look back at your life, say a year ago, and look at some of the problems that you were facing. Now, you may still be facing some of them, but a lot of them, I'm sure, are ancient history. And some of you might even be able to look back and laugh and think, geez, I was stressed out about that. That is, nothing to do with anything. I'm a fool for being stressed about that. And you're not a fool, Our reality is shaped by everything around us, by our environment, how we perceive what is going on around us. So, at that time, that issue may have been your entire reality, and hence what you focus your energy on. I think, too, rather than try to mask, hide, and distract yourself from feeling these emotions of stress, anxiety, sadness, depression via your cell phone and other forms of dopamine factory distractions, it's best to tackle these emotions head on. And I don't mean to let them completely envelop and take over your life and your being, but ignoring these things and just distracting yourself can be just as equally as harmful. Because it gets bottled up, it gets pent up like a volcano that just wants to explode. So what I do is acknowledge that these feelings exist 100% for what they are, and mentally address them, think them through. Possible resolution to how I'm feeling, how I got to this point in the first place, etc. And from there, move on. I don't know if I'm explaining this very well. I'm just saying accept and dive in and explore these emotions rather than brush them off to the side and pretend that they don't happen. I think it's a much healthier way of dealing with things. By the way, I'm not trying to tell you what to do, like you should do this, but I'm just talking through my mental process and how I deal with these things, which has been pretty effective for me, and I hope even if this helps one person out there, then this video is a success. There's nothing wrong with asking for help. How many times in your life have you just felt so stressed out about something, and as soon as you get it out, as soon as you tell someone about it, it's just such a weight lifted off of your shoulders. We're social beings, humans. We want to communicate. We want to feel validated. We want to express ourselves. And by being, Mr. Tough Guy or Tough Girl, that, shows no emotion, I think in the long run that can have negative implications, definitely. And if you don't have someone to talk to, first of all, you always have me, and if you don't want to make that public, I do have an Instagram that I've never posted on, but it's linked somewhere on this channel. Send me a DM, and I'm serious about that. But also writing things down, if you don't have someone to talk to or not comfortable talking about things with the people around you, writing things down can be tremendously helpful. And I'm not saying like dear diary, I like to call it journaling. And yeah, it can just be helpful to get that weight off of your chest. And oftentimes, if you write something down and you revisit it the next day or the next week, you look back and think, whoa, that's pretty intense. Some other things I would say would be spend less time on screens, go outside, get some fresh air, even if it's minus 30 outside. Fresh air, get your body moving, exercise can be tremendously helpful, as well as the screens, like I mentioned. It can be so easy to sit and consume online content all day, but what I would suggest to most people is try creating something. Much like the sonder and the vivid and complex nature of everyone's lives, I'm sure that you have some deep-seated creativity within you, if it hasn't already come out. You just need to tap into that aspect of yourself and think, what is the best way for me to express myself? Is it through music? Is it through art? Is it through gardening? What have you? But I think, you definitely have something that is worthwhile, that is significant, important, that you could express through some form of art. If you're really severely feeling bad, go to the doctor. Now, I have mixed feelings about doctors personally. I think 99% of medical doctors are just sales representatives for big pharma. But going and getting like blood work done or anything like that, checking out your hormone levels, like cortisol is the stress hormone, your dopamine, serotonin are your feel-good hormones. If you haven't been to the doctor in a while, and I know that doctors can be very stress-inducing for some people, but in a sense it could be very validating to learn that, hey, I have this deficiency in my body that might be causing me to feel this way. Maybe I'm not just, making this up. And from there, you can go to naturopathic doctors. You can go for definitely a more holistic health approach. And I speak with a degree of bias because I'm a massage therapist. But, yeah, just take care of yourself. Take care of your mind and body. And, you might shower, and I'm talking ice cold as you can get it. You know, your body gets put into like fight or flight mode, you know, and you just come out of it feeling so good, energized, relaxed, even though it's pretty brutal to go through. So that's what you should do too, is take a cold shower. I don't have the answers for everything, and I definitely don't claim to, and I don't think anyone has the answers for everything, but that's just part of the mysteries of life, I suppose. You know, we're all going through it. We all have such a unique experience, once again, that's shaped by the world that's around us specifically. It's like if every time I ever saw a tomato, it was being thrown into the garbage, which is where they belong, I would live my life believing that tomatoes are garbage and not food. You know what I mean? So if you're used to your body and your mind being in a constant state of stress, you might just perceive that to be the normal. And I promise you, it doesn't have to be that way. But you have to put in the effort for yourself to better yourself and your well-being. You know, it just makes me so sad to hear that even within my small community here, that people are suffering and people are struggling, and I don't wish that upon anyone. Just know that you are uniquely you, and I'm sure you have a lot of attributes that a lot of other people would love to have, right? Like, comparison is the thief of joy, and I truly believe that. So it's easy to get caught up in, especially through the advent of social media, comparing your life to others and becoming stressed because I'm not doing enough, I'm not making enough, I'm not fulfilled enough. But everyone is fighting a battle internally that you know nothing about, and I strongly believe that. So while on social media, we often choose to showcase and express the greatest and best parts of our lives, oftentimes underneath, you know, everyone is going through some level of hidden turmoil. Don't think it's uncool to talk about how you feel, especially in 2023, where I would argue that mental health is just as important, if not more important, than physical health. And I'm glad that to an extent the stigma around that has been broken, and that we can openly have this discussion and this, you know, dialogue. And so, if nothing else, take that away from this video. So to conclude, get yourself into healthy habits, get yourself out of that rut, challenge yourself to new creative endeavors, do something you've never done before, have some out-of-the-box conversations, set goals for yourself and achieve them, and most importantly, love yourself, because you are exactly where you're supposed to be. It's much easier to feel stressed, sad, depressed, anxious when you're bored. Thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you in the next video. Peace.
You know I got a thought, jot it down, get myself turned around, worn down to the ground, feeling lost, never found. Sing it loud, heavy rain, dark clouds. Maybe there's still hope left for me now. I got a thought, jot it down, get myself turned around, worn down to the ground, feeling lost, never found. Sing it loud, heavy rain, dark clouds. Maybe there's still hope left for me now.
It's harvest day, but I'm staring at a drought just aging away.
while I drift off full of doubt. Confused and lost, need to find myself. I need to get off my ass and dust off the top shelf. Easy to say, but real hard to do when you're stuck in a rut. It's deep shit that you're going through. Channel your focus, open up your mind, keep your eye on the prize, and soon you'll realize the catalyst of change is all within you. So clear your thoughts and let the real you shine through. If nothing else, just remember this rap. Move like a train and get back on track.
You know I got a thought, jot it down, get myself turned around, worn down to the ground, feeling lost, never found. Sing it loud, heavy rain, dark clouds. Maybe there's still hope left for me now.
Got a thought, jot it down, get myself turned around, worn down to the ground, feeling lost, never found. Sing it loud, heavy rain, dark clouds. Maybe there's still hope left for me now. I got a thought, jot it down, get myself turned around, worn down to the ground, feeling lost, never found. Sing it loud, heavy rain, dark clouds. Maybe there's still hope left for me now.
Life just feels like